Hi, my name is Vinny Calabrese. I'm with Festo Corporation. Here I'm going to show you a little bit about our process automation van. We have a lot of products for all different customers in various parts of the process industries, from chemicals to water treatments, even food and beverage. What I'd like to show you today is how some of our products work for certain applications and show you that we have solutions for the top all the way to the bottom of the automation pyramid, from the high-level controls all the way to the field-level valves. We're also here with Ralph Earl as our distributor, and they help us out quite a bit with all sorts of different assembly work, cabinets, and really providing an additional value-add solution for their customers. We'd like to collaborate with them as much as possible, and it's doing a great job so far. So on this side of the truck here, this is some of our core technology that has been around for quite some time. Some of these are a little newer models. We have various different types of valve terminals, and this is really Festo's bread and butter, a CPX MPA, with a centralized approach for all sorts of different control with I/O and controlling individual pilot valves. This will run on a field bus network and communicates with all different PLCs with all the common protocol. You can go centralized like this, or we can go a little more decentralized, which is having I/O on one manifold or perhaps just some valves here or there. So trying to come up with different options for any type of machine where a customer might need to change the way they operate, whether it's in a centralized area or whether they have different areas with actuation all over their plants or their skid. Air preparation is another thing we do quite a bit of. That is the modular series, the MS series, kind of a mix and match, almost like a Lego approach to adding and removing modules for different requirements, whether you need just on-off, filter regulators, safety dump valves, flow meters. You can incorporate that all into one manifold. Up here is an example of a control cabinet that we have done before. Again, sometimes Festo does this, sometimes Ralph Earl does it. They do a great job too. They'll sometimes get components from Festo and put it into their own cabinets. So we mix and match capabilities for whatever makes the most sense for the opportunity and for the end user, for their customer, making sure that we can best service them and how best fits their needs. And lastly, on this side of the truck, we have a MPAC. This is our clean terminal. What that means, this thing is full washdown compatible. You can spray it with a high pressure washdown, even caustic, right there on the side of your skid, and it will keep the valves nice and clean and waterproof. So it's another option for when you don't want to put something in a cabinet, but you want to have a valve directly in the washdown area of your plants. All right, that's, we have plenty of other things, but just a couple of smatterings of different core products for us. On the other side of the van is more of our overall process automation valves and solutions that we provide. Starting on the left with some of the standalone valves, the top left up here, these are called pinch valves. What they are they're a very compact valve that uses a little sleeve inside. It's almost like pinching down a garden hose with your fingers. Think of it that way. What it does, it makes it easy to do dosing and filling and real simple on-off in a very compact format. Great for lots of different types of media, such as abrasives, corrosive material, and very sludgy and viscous material. Below that are angle seat valves. These are more common for steam applications, hot water, cold water, and can also handle some viscous media. Below that those are called your media solenoid valves. Those are very common in areas of the plant where air is not available, and therefore you need to do an electrically operated valve. They can handle little tiny streams of cooling water down to 1/8 inch for perhaps injection molding as an example, all the way up to big 2-inch lines or maybe a glycol loop that goes around a tank, for instance. So they're usually for cleaner medias. Moving along here, our quarter turn valves. Festo's got a full range of 3/16 stainless ball valves and different types of threads and connections, whether it's a simple MPT, whether it's a sanitary valve with weld or clamp, or whether it's a flange valve. And below that, showing a couple of the butterfly valves that we offer. Again, all these are very small to fit on the wall, but the valves can get much larger. We're going to offer up to 4 or 8 inch in a ball valve and up to 48 on a butterfly valve. So they can get quite big. And the butterflies are more common in large applications, especially water treatment. When you have a large pipe, it becomes much more cost effective to go to a butterfly. And ball valves are common all over the place. You probably have one under your kitchen sink at home, but they're used a lot in different processes and plants. Think maybe coolant or even sometimes steam or water. Next board is your actuators. So these are the quarter turn actuators that provide the torque, the force, to turn your quarter turn valve, your ball valve, your butterfly valve. So they are air operated, so you put air on the side, there's a spring inside for the spring returner. For the other ones, it's just air pushing in both directions, and they're going to turn your valve. And they get nice and big or as small as you see here. There's an epoxy coat option and also a stainless steel option. So plenty of different flavors here, high temp, low temp. all the different types of actuators you need to handle those quarter turn valves. And last board is our accessories on the right. We have positioning units that can throttle your quarter turn valves anywhere from 0 to 90 degrees. Say if you need to open something up halfway and then maybe turn it down to a quarter, that will do that for you with a 4 to 20 milliamp input output. Below that are our pilot valves, the VSNC series. Those go on the side of your quarter turn actuator to provide a local pilot via the coil on those valves. There are some heavy duty pilot valves as well that are more for outdoor and harsh environment, perhaps the oil and gas and chemicals. And then at the very bottom you have your sensor boxes, well, also called the limit switch boxes. Those provide digital feedback to the PLC to tell you whether your ball valve or butterfly valve is on or off, or open or closed, with of course a visual indicator for the operator to be able to tell at a good distance. And the last couple of things on the right, we have a few different sensors, and these also tie into the process industry's pressure sensor, which is very similar to the one you see on the air prep manifold, but that can be done on a standalone, running right from one line to determine pressure. And then lastly, a flow sensor, which can run a 1/2 inch or a 1 inch line of water or clean liquid media to give you a flow readout. And that's pretty much it. There's plenty more things to talk about, but this is a nice overview, and thanks for watching.